Reds, we're back. It's been a busy week for this channel. I'm absolutely exhausted, but we power through. You know, I've got a great panel tonight. 4 of us. We're going to go right into it. Brentford. Hopefully, it's a positive show because obviously we come off the back of a win. And I'm sure the lads are good. Rick, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Busy, but we'll get there, mate.
Coffee's on the go here. Mo, how are we?
I'm buzzing, actually. It feels good to win again. That memory of winning, it feels good. It feels good to score 3 goals in one half, the first half, and have a bit of comfort for the game. So, yeah, I'm buzzing. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Absolutely, mate. It's, it's about, look, the other night was good. This is where it matters now, isn't it? Got to build upon in the league. Mark, how are you feeling?
All good, mate. Good little result the other night, wasn't it? Sort to kick on from. Weekends here, no more work till Monday. Having a little glass of red, talking about footy.
Glass of red.
How better can it get?
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what, right? Look, I've done my say on the game, so I'm not really going to have a say on it. But I want to come to these two first, Rick, because obviously we've done our review show. Mo, good game. Obviously a lesser opponent. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. But ultimately, you can only beat what's in front of you, Mo, can't you?
Yeah, you just took the words out of my mouth. I was thinking, no, you can only beat what's in front of you. And look, it's a tough place to go to as well. They've been they score a lot of goals and they ship in a lot of goals as well. But at home, they're quite decent. So when the first goal went in, I have to be honest, I was like, oh, not again, when we conceded first. But the reaction from that, I think of 26 minutes onwards, the reaction from that was brilliant. It was control, which we haven't seen from a Liverpool team for a while. It's confusing to work out what formation we were playing. Out of possession, it looked like a 4-4-2. In possession, it looked a bit everywhere, but it worked. It was a game where, in a long time, I felt we had control. We created so many chances. Yeah. We could have scored 2-3 more. I mean, it was a tired finishing at the end from Jones. I think had a chance. We should have buried, and someone else had a chance. But all in all, a really good night. The office. So yeah, can't complain.
Well,
like I said, we've got to kick on for tomorrow now.
Well, this is it. Everyone, if you're just joining now, I know people will all be joining in as we go along. Smash a like and subscribe, and make sure you follow the lads as well. Mark's Twitter handle is actually in the bio description of the video, so if you want to see him have a little moan now and again, I'm sure he'll have a little moan back. Mark, you haven't been on the channel since it was last week, wasn't it? But obviously we've had the win since. We've spoke privately, but obviously you've not been on here. So go on, I want to know what your thoughts were.
It's just nice to see a formation that we kind of recognise, wasn't it? It was nice to see a back 4 keeping it shape and having 2 holding midfielders, getting on the ball, protecting its centre backs, basically the back 4. It was. I think what he was basically doing, I think he was having a back 4 and a 2, making sure they kept the positions. I think he was just letting everyone else float, because that's why I think the formation was a little bit. Everyone was like, we were all in the group chat going, what formation is he playing here? And it looked to me at times it was like a 4-2-2-2, but anyone can go anywhere as long as obviously Jones and Szoboszlai kept their shape to protect the back 4. But it was a good win. Like you say, you can only beat what's in front of you. I think they kind of played to our strengths a little bit. I think there's a big test coming tomorrow because I think they're going to play a completely different style and probably try and hit our weaknesses that we all have spoken about and know about. But yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow now. Get this, see if it's just not a one-off, and let's see if we can build onto it and go again.
Yeah, Rick, I think Mark's right. It's about seeing Liverpool that it's not a one-off, Rick. I don't believe it to be. We'll go into the lineups and shit like that, but I mean, it was a positive lineup, Rick, wasn't it, to initially start it off? I don't know what you can massively see the difference, Rick, between a lineup that the fans want to see and a lineup they don't. Before the game, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, we all got our 11s that we want to put out there, but in theory, they know better than what we know. I know, obviously, we probably see it a little bit more clearer than, because obviously it's on TV or you're at the ground, you see it a bit higher up, you see it more than maybe what the coaches see. But he grew a pair on Tuesday night, the other night when we played, by taking Salah out, obviously. but I thought the performance was a lot better than what's being made out. So I thought it was a top performance, bar their goal. But I thought, listen, you can say as much as you want about their goal, how poor it was defensively. We were. It was a very, very good goal. They scored. We obviously got played around a little bit.
You mentioned that, didn't you, straight away when they scored?
Yeah, like it was a top goal. Like the build up, the execution, it all come off. They knew exactly what they were doing. But yeah, I'm buzzing to go into this weekend's game. Hopefully, we can score a few more. Because our XG over the last couple of games has been quite high. So, and we haven't been putting our chances away. This time we did. We put fire past Frankfurt at their home ground. So we'll see. Obviously, they're going to be a team that's going to play long ball, set pieces. Like Slot keeps saying, every team plays against us, but we were the set piece kings the other night, weren't we? So we can't complain too much.
Well, yeah. Well, look, shout out to the boys in the comments. Lost ball. The Callum's back in the house with a 1-1 draw. Fuck's sake, lads. Mo, do you know what? Rick just talked there about, the set pieces situation, but I think that'll do the world of good for Virgil and Canate, mate, because, in that Man United game in particular, I thought that was Virgil's worst game for Liverpool.
Oh, he had a shocker, and
yeah,
I agree. Since he's been at the club, that's probably his worst game. But it was good. Like, I love using this word, bounce back ability. And they showed it, the defenders, both of them getting on the score sheet, which they should do a lot more often, given the size of them. And I think what helped a lot is the delivery into the, from the corners. Some of the deliveries been suspect lately, but on Wednesday night, those two deliveries were on the money. So yeah, hopefully that continues. I don't want us to become a set piece team, because I always look at us and think we should be doing better at set pieces, in corners, because of the height, with Virgin Canate. So yeah, hopefully it's a start of something. Let's see it continue next game against Brentford. Like I said, it's going to be a massive test. They got some big defenders. They're a tall side, and if we match if we match up height for height, we probably lose out on the height. We're a bit short on that side. So yeah, it's going to be a different game, but hopefully we can beat them on the ground. That's what I'm hoping anyway.
Here's the set piece dickheads in the house now. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mikel.
Imagine if it was.
If it is, mate, you're in for a treat then. Mark, I will go into this at the new, tomorrow's game a little bit more shortly, but I want to get your big comments on this one. Liverpool do well, tie, everyone's hopes were really high after the game. Some of the football's brilliant. In particular, Florian Wirtz, mate, he came on the scene big time, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he struggled the first half. I think he lost the ball, didn't he, for their goal? Like, he was down by the corner flag, wasn't he? And then he took it up the other end and he scored. But as the game went on, he arrived. He's just that. Like I say, you've got to give that man the freedom, and I think that's what he did. I think he just gave the attacking quartet, Isak, Ekitike, Gakpo. Obviously, they were just floating around, but I was impressed again. Some of the touches, I remember messaging you saying that touch into Szoboszlai where it came to him dead quick, and he just knocked it right into his path. And he was like, yeah. No, I thought he was really good, lad, yeah. It's nice to see him getting what's something up?
No, don't read it.
Ain't never catching me out like that on stream.
Sharp,
put it back up, let's have a look.
Can't you see it? I wouldn't be reading if I was you. Yeah, that's how fucking stupid this is the comedy club, this podcast. Go on, Mark, before you fucking...
No, yeah, I just thought he was really good. Second half he got better and better and better. Obviously, it was a shame that he never got a goal at the end, which he should have. But 2 assists, it'll give him well the good now, won't it? Hopefully he kicks on now, like some of the other players.
No, I think it is. I think some of the performances. See, look, Rick, we discussed it the other night. That game was the announcement for the new players, the future of Liverpool, the Ekitike's, the Isak's getting out there. Ethan's here, finally talking normal names, not stupid names. To be honest, lad, no one really knows, to be honest. They've kept it under wraps, there's no pictures and nothing like that. I think that's how the club are going to be a bit more, Rick, as well, just in particular on that. they're not giving much away at the minute. And, you know, for instance, a lot of people keep telling the manager what to do, blah, blah, blah. I just want him, because he's brought Isak up, Rick, I don't think the manager really wanted to have to use Isak, but I think he's listened to the outside noise.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to start Isak, Verts and Ekitike together, to be fair, for a while. But needs must, he's struggling at the minute, isn't he? So, I say struggle. Yeah, I say struggle. We're still in and around top of the league, but the performances ain't been good. So he's had to pick the best players, and I don't think Isak will play tomorrow. I think he'll be on the bench at most. We don't really need Isak at the minute to start banging goals because Ekitike is on fire. The goal the other night he took very, very well. But you've got people like Salah. I say Gakpo. Listen, everyone's been giving shit to Gakpo. The geezer scored maybe a most amount of goals at the minute. So I get his performances ain't great, but he does score. There's a difference between him and Salah at the minute. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does tomorrow. Will he drop Salah 2 games running? That's going to be the one. If he does that, listen, fair play to him.
He's fucking fighting fire with fire there, mate. You know what I mean?
Because the video that you put in the group earlier with him chucking down his top the way he did, it's fucking embarrassing.
Don't go into it too much just yet. Save that. That's going to be a tasty little discussion. Mo, I want to talk of Ekitike for a minute because I think he deserves a lot of credit. I can imagine a lot of people in this. I know a few of us here, but I don't know what your opinion of it is. I didn't expect him to be so good.
Yeah, neither did I, to be honest. But he's come on and he's set the club alight at the moment. He's brilliant, and that his goal against Frankfurt, that touch, the second touch to take it across the defender, is such a high IQ level touch.
Yeah.
It's so brilliant. And not only that, he had a look up, see where the goalkeeper was, and he composed himself, and he side foot finished it brilliantly. I've noticed he likes that side foot low drive finish. He seems to be his type of shot.
You feel like he's going to score when he goes through on goal, don't you?
You feel confident, and I don't want to throw shade on Darwin, but if I was Darwin 1-on-1,
I will. He was shite.
Then he's not scoring that, is he? Let's be honest.
No. The difference was, Mo, Ekitike's calm. You know what I mean? Inside of the foot, Darwin just wants to lace it through the back of the stand, didn't he?
Yeah, and I was telling the way he looked up and watched the keeper, and I think that just shows that it's such a young age for him still, a maturity in front of goal, a calmness and a maturity. And at this top level, he's got that arrogance as well. He's got that French arrogance, which I think.
Give a shit, does he?
Yeah, it just all adds in little bits to be a perfect striker, a really good striker. So yeah, exciting times ahead. I just hope we manage him well and he doesn't kick up a fuss and there's no fuss between him and Isak and they work together. But early signs, brilliant.
He has spoke well between the relationship with him and Isak. He's still a young lad. People forget. You know what I mean?
Exactly. He's like 23. So he's got the best years ahead of him, and hopefully the best years ahead of him with a Liverpool shirt on. So, as a fan base, we need to be excited. This guy could be like we were talking about it the other day. What does he remind you of? And there's a hybrid of, you said a hybrid of Bobby and Elka. There's people saying hybrids of shades of Berbatov. Yeah, Torres, shades of Berbatov about his touch.
He's got the way Berbatov stopped the ball dead.
Yeah.
And he just ruined players by fucking a little silky turn. He's silky, isn't he?
He is, and he's deceiving because he's tall and dangly, and you don't think he's got that pace, but he's got that pace, and he's got really, really good feet, So look, so far he's ticking all boxes, and long may it continue.
Absolutely, Mark. Do you know what I thought I'd come to you on this one? Curtis Jones. So I thought Scouser needs to have a little chat on Curtis. Mate, I think he's got to be playing for Liverpool at the minute. He's everything we say about a Liverpool player, isn't he? Because he's like a fan on the pitch. He spoke well. To me, he's coming across like a proper leader at the minute. I think he's had a little bit of a push. Maybe it's from the manager to say, come on, a little bit more. And I think he's going to take it under his wing. He was talking along the lines of, I needed to go out there and make a big difference. I wanted the ball. if Curtis is confident, other players will gain confidence, I believe. I feel like he's that sort of character. You know, for me, he could be, you know, in the future, Mark, he could be a vice-captain type of person, mate. I wouldn't be against it. I know everyone can have the moments where they don't think he's great. I think Curtis' biggest issue, mate, is himself, Mark. And the reason why I say that is gets in form, gets a knock. Similar to Joe Gomez over the years, wasn't it? He'd play some excellent footy, he'd get a knock. But I just think Curtis with Dom, I think that's something the manager's got to build upon, Mark.
Yeah. One thing that he is starting to knock out of his game now, you know, where he overplays it, gets the ball, holds onto it, he gets the ball nicked off him, and then on the turn, I think he done it once. But after that, then he was just giving it. But the biggest strength of Curtis Jones is you can't get him off the ball. You know, when he's got the ball.
One of the best at ball attention, isn't he?
Yeah, gets the ball, but also his work rate as well. That was one big key thing. I hope he starts with them tomorrow, because Szoboszlai and Jones, forget about the pitch. That's the problem with, I think, Gravenberch and McAllister. I think that, you know, you've got two different types of midfield there. You've got midfielders who are more technical, like Gravenberch and McAllister. But then, like, I'm not even saying they're not technical enough, you know what I mean? But I think the work rate, it's like seeing like the throwback of like Henderson,
more of a
Gini.
grafters type of midfield, Mark, isn't it?
Yeah, like, you know, Gini, Henderson, Fabinho, you know, when we had that, they were the grafters midfield, weren't they? And it was just nice to see them, even the getting on the ball and all that, and everything was just making it easy, simple football, getting the ball, getting it out of feet, getting the pass away, and holding the position. But I you know, it says a lot about Klopp's Slot said today about Jones. He said the reason he's getting more.
On this show, lads, everyone fucking says Slot's Klopp.
Yeah, no, I think Slot mentioned today that the reason why Jones is getting more game time now is because he's starting to click now. I think he's realising his mistakes. I think he's realising now the role that he's got and the role he can have going forward. Like you said, vice captain. Yeah, he's not coming out of my team anytime soon, unless, you know, an injury happens. But there's a lot. But like I said to you last night, I just want to see a bit of continuity now. You know, continue with this good form, take it into the next 5 games. Let's see where we can go there and stay injury free. And you're not getting them out of the team, because how can you?
Now, I also want to say, Mark, is just before I move on, you know, it's not the fanfare game. I always felt like Liverpool have got them results in Europe. We've done it many and many a times.
Yeah.
It was just about getting rid of that hoodoo of that fucking defeat from the weekend. Let's make no mistake about it. That was a bad defeat for Liverpool. There's no two ways around it. Getting beat by Man United at Anfield, it just ruins, you know, the mood, the camp, the fucking lot. You know, Virgil obviously said about a meeting. It obviously went down. Well, I think a few harsh words were probably said. And ultimately, it needed to happen, Mark, I thought. But I thought one of the biggest factors that you could tell that may have turned the corner, which I think that's a good thing, as I think they'll take it into tomorrow's game, but was the fact that they scored and our heads didn't drop. If our heads would have dropped, big problems that would have meant for tomorrow, I thought.
Yeah. We would have seen it, wouldn't we? We would have seen it again on Wednesday if they did, because I think they did start really well, yes, on Wednesday, didn't they? They started fast. I think they had like a corner in the first 50 seconds. You're like, oh my God, here we go again. But I think once they scored, I think we were getting a grip of the game when they scored. I think it was just against the run of play, wasn't it? I think we were starting to get the ball.
The ball, didn't we?
We were starting to keep the ball. We were starting to use it well, and then we lost it. And it's one of them again. It's just Bradley's out of position. You know, if someone's having to cover this position, and they're wide open in the middle. It's just little things. They'll start to sort themselves out as they start to get used to playing with each other, because that's the biggest thing here. They need to be used to playing with each other. We need to keep the same team now, like the core of it. The spine needs to stay similar. They need a bit of familiarity around with them at the moment. It's like, I just hope he doesn't tomorrow go, right, Jones on the bench, McAllister starting. Just because he has to. He feels like he has to, because McAllister's got to play because of who he is, rather than, no, you know, you're not playing well at the moment and Jones is, so I'm keeping him in. Or Szoboszlai, you know what I mean?
Well, Rick, I think that's a big factor. I think you saw the issues Macherant, and he has had this season. When he came onto the pitch, Liverpool lost a bit of fucking legs, didn't he, straight away?
Yeah, I'm not having this. He's not fit. He is, because we see him play for Argentina. He's fine. there
Do you
looks
not think
nothing
he
more.
plays a different role over Argentina, Rick?
A little bit, but I also
He has. One sec. At Liverpool, he's asked to get round the pitch.
yeah, and he has got others around him in the Argentina squad to do it, but I want to say something wild here.
Well, you fucking said something mad every week.
I think we're
I know what you're
beginning.
going to say, yeah.
I think we're beginning to get past McAllister in this starting 11. The way we want to play football.
Ooh. He's got to look. The facts are, Rick.
He's technically good, but he's not.
He's technically one of the best.
Yeah.
Let's make no mistake about it.
I just don't think he's a slot football type player. And last season, we got away with it because of how good Gravenberch was next to him, how other teams were poor in the league. Let's make no mistake about it. Teams were shit last season. We won the league quite comfortably. We were done by April, May. They was going on holidays. But I just think now teams outgrow players. You see it with Lallana at Liverpool. We outgrew Lallana. He was one of the best players for 6 to 8 months under Klopp. The same as Ox. But when these players pick up these injuries, but that's what I'm saying. But once these players pick up them injuries and then the teams play without them, they get bypassed and they get left behind. And I just think McAllister is going to be one of them players. And I still stick by he won't be here next summer. He'll be gone.
Well, look, I think, Mo, it's one of them things, isn't it? Look at the question that's come in, Mo, I'll pose it to you. Is it more confidence and rhythm with McAllister? Now, I think it's very difficult to say. Do you know what I mean? One thing's for sure is, Mo, look, we're not stupid. If a player's not playing well and the form drags on, but the people at Liverpool, they won't hold back, Mo, will they? If a big any player that does shit for a long period, they won't stand by that, will they? And I love Macker. I'm one of his biggest fans, to be honest.
Yeah. And that's why I'm not sure how to answer that question if it's confidence and rhythm, because he started this dip in form a couple of games after we won the league, to be honest, and he hasn't recovered that form since then. Another theory I'm putting out there is, these South American players, the pinnacle for them is, the Spanish teams, isn't it? The Barças, the Reals. And he's even said, I think, when he was at Brighton, that one day he wants to play for Real Madrid, and all of a sudden,
they're all like that.
They all do, and that's how it is. Like,
regardless of how big we are, I think South America in England, they see any club.
It's the pinnacle for them. It's the pinnacle.
They're going back home, aren't they? It feels like
exactly. So I'm just wondering, just a left field theory is, have those discussions already started? We're hearing rumours in press and these aggregator accounts that they're interested in. Has his head turned, or is he already thinking about it? Or is it a case that we've sold a couple of his mates, Darwin and all that, and the Jota effect, and maybe he wants a new start? We don't know. We don't know what goes.
No one will ever know, Mo.
No one will ever know.
Tell you what, though, sorry, he'll do well. Him and Canate will do well to get a move to Real Madrid at the way they're playing at the moment. Canate's getting better with each game. Yeah. They'll do well to get a move to Real Madrid. And I'll tell you what, Liverpool do well to get 100 million for him, if that's their asking price. There's no way no one's paying that for him at the moment. McAllister's been poor since March last year. Well, I'd even go back further than that. Since he started having his injury troubles, he's not been the same. He's had the odd good game.
He just looks like
the odd good game, but he's not. He's not been the McAllister that we've seen under Klopp. That first season, he's been in and out, and he
just looks like he's carrying an injury.
Yeah,
doesn't he? He looks like he's running in jeans all the time.
Timberland boots.
Kickers.
Diocheres boots.
No, but look, I think the facts are, look, we're just going to have to wait and see. If it's going to carry on, you've already seen the managers now start to take players off the side that aren't informed. Now, just before I go to Mark, because I want to pose this question to you, and then I've got another one for you coming up, Rick. Mo Salah. Mo, we've talked today. Mark whoever mentioned it before. Rick, was it you before he mentioned the video about him? What do you make of this, Mo?
I think it's main man syndrome, and he's not accepting it. He's been the main man and the king for us for the last 8 years, and this season he hasn't started as well as he should started from his own standards.
Yeah,
I think there's too many occasions now I've seen where he should have made. I'm not referring just to Wednesday night. There's been loads of occasions before Wednesday night where he could have played in Isak. He could have played in a square ball for Gakpo, against and other occasions where he hasn't put the team ahead of himself. And it just seems like he's desperate to score that goal. He's desperate to score a goal for himself, which doesn't seem like Mo. Something is not right. And then people are saying it's the after effect of shots. I'm not sure if I believe that.
I just don't believe that, Mo, because he's a professional footballer, isn't he?
Yeah, I just think I think he's realizing he's not the main man anymore, and the future is Isak, Ekitike, Wirtz, and he has to hand over that baton to them, and support them and lift them up. But I don't think he's ready to do that yet. I think he's been a bit selfish. There's shades. I'm not throwing Mo's a king, and he's always going to be a legend in my eyes.
This is where people are failing to divide it, Mo, is that no one is fucking discredited.
I'm not disrespecting him at all. He's
not
a king.
you. I'm just saying in general. There's a fucking mad debate over it, isn't it?
It's madness, but you say it's almost like he's immune to criticism. No, he's not. At the end of the day, this is Liverpool FC. It's not Salah FC,
exactly. And we love him.
The club comes first, no matter what. We've lost bad boy strikers over the years. Torres broke my heart. So many players have come and gone. Yeah, Suarez, Torres. We always move on. And face it, at one point Mo's going to move on. But the future blocks are there for him to move on. I think he's just taking it hard. He's like, oh my God, I'm not the main man anymore, And I think he has to shake that off. And there was shades of petulance, throwing his arms around when he hasn't got the ball. That's too much like Cristiano Ronaldo for me, and he has to stop that.
We fucking can't.
I can't have
that. Manager, Mo.
Yeah, he needs to stop that. I just want to see him. I don't mind if he starts that. I genuinely don't mind. But I just want to see him stop doing all that and pop a team performance in, And hopefully we'll get that on Saturday. I think we will from him.
Mark, we've spoke, bit of mixed discussion on it. But Mark, I will say, look, I understand the grief part of it. I do massively get. I understand that, of course. A relative of my family's fucking passed away recently, but that doesn't make me start fucking throwing my clothes around the gaff. Do you know what I mean? Simple as that. I understand it. He's had a difficult time. I massively do. But I know he is a sulking bastard at times, Mark. And he has done. I was at West Ham away in Klopp's last fucking, few games before he left the club. He was fucking arguing with him. Do you know what I mean? I'll be honest, Mark, the manager this season, right? And this is where I think Mo should be hiding the frustration towards not playing. Certainly to a manager he knows how fucking under pressure the manager is. He knows the rut Liverpool are in. Fucking, is that why he's not the vice captain at the club, Mark?
Well, I think everyone's always said that Mo should be. I think there was a little bit of murder, wasn't he?
You can't be vice captain to do that, though, Mark. If he was, could you?
I think there was a bit of people, a lot of fans on Twitter where they were moaning, saying it should have been Mo. It should have been Mo. But like I say, we've seen this when he comes off last season as well. Don't forget, he came off in a game. He came off in a game, and he's like a little stroppy bitch, isn't he? So maybe he's seeing that. Robinson's sitting on the bench at the moment. He's playing second fiddle to Kirk.
He said the fucking words, has he?
And he hasn't said nothing. He gets on with it. He speaks well at the club. You can't fault his attitude and his professionalism. At the end of the day, right, we are still paying him $400,000 a week, and we expect him to hold the. We don't want to turn into a fucking United and start holding the circus and bringing pressure, because that could have. Lucky enough, the results actually overshadowed. Well, never say over. I'm going to say overshadowed. It never
papered over it a bit more.
Yeah, no. Salah's actions never got the limelight. Liverpool's 5-1 win got the limelight, but it could have been Liverpool could have drew that game or lost it, and then it would have been on his attitude. And
can I jump in? What you've just said there. See, this comment that does fucking piss me off though, because it could have been 1-1, Mark.
Yeah, that's. The thing is with
it was like United, Mark. He had the opportunity to do it again then.
Yeah, I think when you're looking at that's a good point. But when you look at it from the point of view as well, the player who was waiting for the pass for the ball, he needed that goal. He needed that goal. Salah's got 284 goals. He can spare one.
And Salah being a senior player, he should know. This kid Wirtz, he's had a lot of shit with the price tag. Yeah.
And sometimes you can understand at 5-1, you probably are going to be a bit more selfish and greedy. But I think he came on with a point to prove and to try and prove a point rather than, oh, if it was 8-1 or something, you're like, yeah, I'm just going to start having shots everywhere. But everything, again, if you look at like Chiesa when he came on, he was popping the ball around, he was making great runs, he was trying to find everyone, he was all about the scene. Salah came on, and you're thinking, he's going to go for it all the time here. Obviously, the chance that he had against...
Another one up the bar, and I love
yeah, that's it. He came inside, and he was 2 players over, could have found one. He's an intelligent pass, he's got the most assists last season. But I think he's desperate for a goal, but I think he's also trying to desperately prove a point. He did.
I think
he did go over and clap the fans. I've seen pictures of it. I obviously haven't seen it. We don't see it on the footage, do we, on the telly? But apparently there's footage of him going over and clapping the fans. But I think Lewis Steele's made the point that he ran off down the tunnel and all that. But we've seen it
gone without the team.
Yeah, it was a sarcastic, not like a sarcastic clap, but it was like a half-hearted, and then he's ran off, hasn't he? You've seen him coming on the pitch. I think, like Mo said, I think he's struggling now with the idea that he's not the main man anymore. But he still is, but I think he can't get in his head that we're building away from him now, because I think I've been saying to you since the summer, he's gone in January, in the summer. I don't think he's going in January, even if Liverpool get a big offer. I just don't think Liverpool will upset the apple cart, unless they've got someone lined up to replace him. But I just don't see him going in January.
If he's going to carry on like that, Mark, he's made the fucking club's job a lot easier, hasn't he?
But he's making the club thing even harder, though, by getting more money for
course, but I mean, I'm talking from the point of, if they were going to let him go early, do you know what I mean? If he's going to carry on like that, like, because at the same time, mate, you can't be fucking doing that. You just can't. And I understand grief affects people in different ways. Now, if he is not, look, there's two sides to this. If he's not right, come out of the limelight for a bit. You don't need to be, being stroppy on the pitch. And two, he shouldn't fucking be in the starting lineup at the minute anyway, because his form's fucking crap. And I am his biggest fan. You know what I mean? But ultimately, it's just not working for him at the minute. Sometimes coming out of it, a little reset to go back in. Because, for instance, if he would have come into that game and he does score a goal, fucking hell, that's his form change, and he probably goes and gets, a few on the weekend. I'm hoping, though, because he's took some serious heat, he's took some certain social media stuff down, bios on Instagram, fucking Twitter and what have you, changing pictures. I hope he uses that to go and prove a point then this weekend. Do what you do, that we know you do best. Go and win Liverpool the fucking game tomorrow.
I think the African nations can't come quick enough for them, and us. I think it'll make things a lot easier. If Isak is then fit and bedded in, and Ekitike and your fit is they're all clicking, and then Salah goes, it makes Slot's job a lot easier, because I think he's terrified of the reaction of him. I think he's genuinely, I can kind of understand Slot's, he wants to probably build away from him and use him as a bit part player, but Salah can't accept that. So I think he's going to start him tomorrow, because he probably has to, because Isak's not there and he doesn't trust Chiesa. So I'll expect to see him start tomorrow. But if I was the manager of Liverpool Football Club, I'm putting Chiesa in there, because I just think the balance and the team will work better with Chiesa there rather than Salah. But he's got to play him, hasn't he? Because if it's 2 games, I think it's going to be World War III, won't it? It's not going to end well. I think there'll be a massive fallout if he doesn't start again. But he shouldn't be in that position, Slot, so he shouldn't have to feel like that. He should have to feel that I'm doing this for the best of the team, and you're not performing, so I'm not playing you. But it is what it is. What can you do? It is what it is.
There's Mo in the house, Scouts Mo. Yes, the boys must win game tomorrow. Let's build on that great performance. Right, Rick, let's go into it then. Fucking Brentford away tomorrow. Why is every fucking game of a night at the minute? You know what I mean? Every away days, fucking night games. They just want us to stay up, don't they? Party time. Rick, right then, big game tomorrow. Liverpool have to build upon it. How are you expecting no Slot? I don't want you to give me the lineup yet, because we're going to go through it shortly. How are you expecting it tomorrow? The high ball footballer Arne Slot keeps talking about.
I expect the same tactic tomorrow as what we did Wednesday night. It's going to be interesting, because, like you said, they're quite a physical team. Brentford. They've got a tough midfield. They've got Henderson in there. They've got Damsgaard. They've got him in there.
Yeah.
Thiago's a bit of a character up front as well for them. So we're going to have to be on it with him. He scored some big goals for them lately. What was it, 2 against United he scored at Brentford.
He's got 5 for the season now.
Yeah, so he's got... Yeah, so he's a bit of a unit up there, and he can score goals, so it's going to be tough. I expect them to a lot of set pieces, a lot of long throws, a lot of the ball in the air, like Slot keeps mentioning today in his press conference that teams have been playing against us. But we just need to be on it. We just need to press them from minute one, get the ball on the ground, play our own football, not worry about them. And the players have to do their individual jobs in the game. They need to do what they're there to do instead of worrying about what the others are doing. So it's going to be tough, but listen, if we can come away with 3 points away to Brentford, I know everyone had them to go down at the start of the season. I did as well, but they're playing all right at the minute. They're beating teams, so it's going to be tough.
To go down, right?
Yeah, we all did. Like it's one of them. Like Keith Andrews, no one expected him to get a tune out this Brentford team. They've obviously got Keller in goal, so it's going to be interesting. He knows some of the players more than others, so it's going to be tough. But
putting the ball in the back of the net.
I think we get the 3 points tomorrow. That could be. Like, I know people say, season starts now. The 3 points away to Brentford at night, Saturday night game, tough place to go. It could really kickstart what Slot wants to do this season if we play the same tactic and formation as the other night.
Yeah, Mo, it is going to be a tough night. They will get the atmosphere up. But I just think we've had a few tough games, night games this season already. Newcastle was a madness early on, Mo. You know what I mean? With all the gear going on, fucking hell, I was there when that goal went and nearly fell downstairs and broke my fucking leg. So thanks, Rio. Thanks very much, lad. Are we expecting it, though, Mo?
Yeah, I think everyone expects it to be what we've discussed already. They're going to try and target our weakness. They're going to be long balling it, throwing it. No, not the prettiest football they play. They'll probably do a low block and try and get us on the counter as well. But we need to do what we did to Frankfurt, and that's silence the crowd. The crowd's going to be on it.
We've had some fucking terrible times there, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly. Well, head to head, I think at Brentford we've won 1, we've drawn 3 or lost 1 or something like that. Like, so not the best record in the world at Brentford. And a night game, everyone's been down a booze already.
I think Keith's birthday's on as well at the same time, lads. So.
Exactly, yeah, he's on the corner. Everyone's going to be up for it. So we need to make sure we don't start sloppy like we did against United, and we need to shut that crowd up quick. And take control by the scruff of the neck of the game. And if we do that, then I think we'll be all right because quality will shine through. Yes, they've got quality players that we're going to have to keep an eye out for, but I think our quality will shine through more. Hopefully, anyway.
I just want to say this fucker in the comments. Rick, I think he's talking about you.
Fuck you, Adam.
I've been going before.
With a wig on, Rick, and he looks like the fella off Benadryl. So, just in case anybody. Fuck's sake. Although you are right, I think you are spot on. It's going to be tough. I just want to get your a question to you because I'm going to pose it to the boys as well. What do you make of the slots from comments? What do you make of the comments from Slot, for fuck's sake?
Who's asking to me?
To you. I want to get the question.
About what? About the long ballers and the...
Yeah, because obviously this is another team that he's kind of had the comments highlighted around.
Like, I get it, and a part of me is annoyed with it. I'm like, shut up, man. You don't have to speak about that in a press conference, like, you mean? But a part of it is just, I think that's his style. He explains his decisions and explains, why and X, Y, and Z. I just feel like he doesn't need to do that much explaining. But we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. And what I mean by that is, if managers come out and talk around, in lyrics or in rhythms and rhymes, and we don't, know what they're on about, like Mourinho and a chicken and egg and all that, we complain. And if a manager comes out and tells us what he's doing, we still complain. So, we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. But from my personal perspective, I just really hope he wouldn't go into that much detail. Just answer the question and move on and keep it, don't give too much information away.
I massively agree, Mark. I think, I want you to elaborate on it. I think when the manager's constantly talking like this, to me, it stinks of a manager that's had a bit of pressure on him. Do you know what I mean? It's not like the old slot kind of comments. Never used to. It's more saying things, and it's probably pissing every opposition fan off that we're coming up against at the minute. He mentioned a smaller club about the Isak fucking saga, didn't he? And it's pissed people off in the northeast again. Well, I think it is. I think he's had pressure. Maybe the words are coming out a little bit more blunter. But ultimately, the fact is, Mark, high ball, blah, blah, blah. Stop giving the ball away. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. Don't give the ball away and you'll have a better chance.
I hate when he says it after the game because it's like, especially the last games before we won, it's like he's making an excuse. But you've got to understand that not every team's going to play the way you want. I thought Frankfurt were tailor-made for us to how they played. They wanted to get the ball.
Peace.
They wanted to get the ball. Apparently they got a bit of advice from Glasner. Yeah, that went well, didn't it? Fucking hell. But apparently he told them how to they're giving the blueprint how to beat us 5-1 later, yeah. No, I don't mind it before the game because it's a little bit of kidology because he's basically saying, isn't he, like, we're expecting you to play the long ball and for set pieces, and it may be like a little, he's expecting us to do that, and it may make them change their way of playing, which might suit us then. But when he says it after the game, I just think it sounds a bit like sour grapes, doesn't it? And I just think it's not needed. You've just got to accept that certain teams play certain styles, and if you're conceding the way we are to a certain way of style of play, then the teams are going to hit us on it. You can't moan about it. It's his job to sort it out, not moan about it. We keep hearing he's going to do this and he's going to do that. He keeps saying, like, yeah, we need to work harder on it. Work harder on it. Stop mentioning it because you're either playing the game with teams or you're telling teams, well, this is how you beat us at the moment. That's the way I see it. And like you say, it's a little bit of pressure, isn't it? Because he's trying to explain his decisions and how he's played. No one's making him play no midfielders in anyone coming deep to the ball against Man United. He's seen the formation at times. There's no midfielder in sight of the left back when he had the ball. He's seen the screen grab. Yeah, but obviously he's brought them deeper. Like you said, don't give the ball away because we do tend to give the ball away and shoot this. But to be fair, if you look at Fitz, he lost the ball in the corner flag, and he scored from it. I'd say, all right, he should have been a bit stronger on it, but I'm thinking, why is Bradley playing right wing? He's pressing that high up. He doesn't need to be there. He needs to be a bit 15 yards back, offering support. Why is he ahead of Fitz there? I don't understand it. So, but yeah, I'd rather he just concentrated on Liverpool, to be honest, lad, and stop making excuses and trying to dig other teams out. Because at the end of the day, a game of football is not played one way; it's played various ways. That's the beauty of it, isn't it?
It's how you adapt on the pitch, isn't it? And
we're not adapting, are we? That's it.
No. I thought we were good at adapting last year, though. Very good.
Well, we were. Yeah, we used to always be like, it's boring. It's 0-0 at half time, and then we'd come out at half time and just blitz teams away, wouldn't we? We've seen numerous ones. Real Madrid home, it was 0-0, bit boring, and then the next minute come out at half time, and then we scored 2 quick goals, and we control the game. But that's the biggest issue with me this season: controlling the game, getting a foothold. Like Mo, the other Mo, he's saying we need to stop conceding first because you're giving our attackers an uphill task. Pressure's on them. Then you're going to go down, and you're like, well, come on, you've got the £125 million man and the 116 man midfield. You've got to fucking produce now because we can't. It's not. We need to start fast, positive, get the first goal, control the game, and then the goals will flow then, and we'll stop conceding. Simple as.
Oh, I agree. Look, Willie in the building. The movement of Chiesa in the second half really opened up our game because the opposition defence started moving up because he was constantly moving around in the spaces, occupying every position. Cheers for the comment, Willie. In the house, make sure you like and subscribe. Well, just on that note, Rick, Federico Chiesa, the new standard charter player of the month, just in time for you. Do you know what? I love Chiesa, but when I did laugh. I fucking laughed. That's how you know we've had a bit of a lull, right? And it was just, you can just imagine the speech with it. Well done, Fede. Great for 5 minutes.
Thanks for the 20-minute match.
That's a political vote, that isn't it, to prove a point to the manager.
Yeah. Good on him, Rick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not his biggest fan, but I mean,
I don't even think you're a fan.
yeah, YouTube footballer. But no, I mean, he's got to start, isn't he? If he's not fit, he's got to start. I mean, he just looks like a kid in a sweet shop every time he comes on. He's like, he runs around with a smile on his face all game. Well, I say all game, all 5 minutes that he plays. He's just non-stop smiling, and he could have scored the other night. I think he had like a Salah moment in the game, didn't square it shot instead, but it was more of a back pass. But listen, fair play to him. It does show how shit we've been over the course of the month for him to win that award, but he's probably been the best of a bad bunch.
I don't think he's been the best of a bad bunch, but what I think he showed he gives a fuck.
Oh yeah, like listen, you can't take away that he wears his heart on his sleeve. He will give 100% every time he comes on. He says it in interviews as well that he's willing to give everything for the team, which is what you want in a time the way we've been at the minute. You need someone like that. Curtis Jones again spoke this week.
Yeah.
Gage is another one that comes in and gives his all. What more can you ask for? He's putting the effort in, so maybe it's time to let him get his boots on a bit earlier and get a game.
Well, one thing's for sure, Mo, is Federico Chiesa. I'm a big fan. I've always been a fan of him. All right, it's been a very stop-start moments at Liverpool. I think the facts are the facts, though. Every game he's played, Mo, he's contributed pretty much. So, big calls tomorrow for the manager. But I'm going to go to the teams now, because we've got 10 more minutes. What's the team you would pick? Or what do you think the manager will also go with?
Me, personally, I'd go with the same side as Frankfurt. Okay? But
Bradley in, you mean?
Yeah, exactly the same side. But I think the manager, because of injuries forcing his hand, maybe, I think he'll go Ekitike up front and Salah in for Isak. And I think that's the changes he'll make. But everything else, I think he'll keep the same. I really hope he doesn't bring back Mac. I think he should run with this dominant.
This is the thing. It's very difficult to think that he'll keep the team the same, won't he?
Well, yes and no. Yes, I'd say based on what he's done before. We played Chelsea. He had 2-week break and he kept the same team then, you know. We've won this time, so naturally you should reward those players and keep the same team and keep that rhythm going.
Very true.
I think Mark's right. I think we need a nucleus now where the base is the same. I don't want to keep mentioning them, but Arsenal, their defense is the same people. Their midfield kind of picks themselves, and that offers continuity, offers consistency. And I think we need to, we're kind of hypocrites in a way, because last season we were like, oh, we need more players, we need a bigger squad. Now we've got those players and we're chopping and changing. Now we're saying that we need continuity. But yeah, I think we do. I think he should go with the same team. But I just got to. My scary feeling is he going to go Dom right back? I hope not. No,
do you know what? I'm glad you mentioned it, because I have a feeling he could do that.
My gut is telling me he is going to
bringing Mac back in with Curtis,
exactly.
One of them. Curtis, not Curtis. I think Curtis plays more, but I think it's going to be Grav or Mac, because I don't know what's the full scenario with Grav and Birch yet.
I don't think Grav will play. I think it's going to be Jones and Mac
back in there.
Yeah, Jones and Mac and Dom on right back, which I don't want to see. But hey, this is where we are now, aren't we?
I think you make some really interesting points there. It makes me think more, Mark, with the supposed suggestion. I think there is a chance he could go right back tomorrow. Because I think, Mark, stay me out. Not that I want it, but I think, I've heard a little rumour 2 months for Frimpong. I told you earlier, I told the boys. If that's the case, he's going to be very cautious with that right back position. And he may just get McAllister back in the game tomorrow and throw Dom right back. Save Bradley. Because let's be honest, we all know if Bradley plays every week, he'll be the next one to go down.
Yeah.
Mark, are you with us, or you just fucking froze?
Yeah, I'm with you. Is that a question, is it?
Yes, you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, I thought you were saying about you. Yeah. I think he's got to protect Bradley, hasn't he, and Gomez. He's got to make sure they're ready and available. I don't think he wants to get to a situation where he plays Bradley, he goes out injured, then he's got to play his third choice centre back. His only other option. He's got to play him right back. He gets injured because he loves an injury. then we're down to the bare bones. So he's got to
That's
be.
what'll worry him, I think, Mark.
He's got to be. He may even go with like Enzo because he has played him at right back. That could be an option there.
What about Joe Gomez, Mark? Do you reckon there's a shout for him going right back? Or he's in a catch-22 because we're short now at centre half and now we're short at right back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the problem. I wouldn't personally risk Gomez at right back because he came. I was like, oh, he's coming on for 15 minutes here. I hope he just stays all right because we are like now. But I hope we're going towards January and bringing someone in because you're worried that he may play Gomez at midweek against Palace. He gets an injury, and we've got 2 centre backs and Enzo as a cover. So I think myself, he will probably play Dom right back and protect Bradley. Load management, and he may leave Gomez as he is for the time being because honestly, they do love an injury, don't they? So you've got to make sure that they're available when they're available, rather than you play them and then you haven't got them then for you're talking 6-7 weeks, aren't you, with them? So no, I think he'll probably play Dom, which I don't want him to, but I can understand why. But
I can understand. I know what Andy's saying here. Shout out to Andy. He's going to be on this week when he's free. He's got a bad back, so hopefully he'll recover well, lad. But Mark, I do agree with this slightly. I can understand it if he does it, because I just think Liverpool can't get down to no right backs, can they?
No, definitely not. No, it's stupid, isn't it? Because then your next port of call is Gomez, and if Gomez goes down with an injury, we've got no centre backs, we've got no right backs. It's a crisis. You're talking kids then. You're talking Lucas Stevenson, maybe someone else coming back in from loan. Ramsey might be have to play there. It's not a good scenario, is it?
That comment from Andy, Andy's thinking of the opposition. Mark, you were talking about our right backs because Bradley can't stay fit all the time, when so it's not the Dom situation. I can imagine that because I can see Dom pushing in midfield.
No, it's not to do with Brentford. This is totally irrelevant to Brentford. It's relevant to what we're doing at the moment. You've got to be careful with Bradley. He did play 290 minutes for Northern Ireland. I don't think he was expected to play as much minutes as he did yet on Wednesday. Because I think, did he start against United? He did, didn't he?
He started the United game, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he's seen the whole game or so. No, I'm not sure. I can't remember now because I just want to get rid of him, yes. But
yeah,
he's got to be careful with him. So I'd be surprised if he does play him. He did play, did he? Did he play full 90?
Remember, Dom went right back and Frimpong went right wing.
Yeah, all right then. So he's played 3 full 90 minutes and then he plays 70 minutes on Wednesday. There's no way he's going to risk him again and play him. I think the idea was to give Frimpong a full 90 on Wednesday, then Bradley Saturday.
I think Bradley was meant for tomorrow, Mark.
Rick, I think obviously, but then you've got to. I know what Andy's saying. You've got to be careful. You can't be thinking about. But I can understand his handling of the squad. You cannot lose him to the right back, and then you're forcing your only other option at centre back to go right back then, and then he gets injured. We're in a crisis then, and then you're looking at Reece Williams and Ramsey to come back in. No, that's it. So I'd understand that. That's a situation where he can't handle. I'd be more pissed off if he had Frimpong and Bradley on the bench and Szoboszlai was right back. I'd be like, why? Use one of them. But I can understand it from this point of view.
No one's saying for Tom to be starting right back, Andy. Just saying it's what the manager could do. Rick, I think the reason why I think it could be an option tomorrow is he made that comment after the game about Isak, kind of alluding to the fact that, I've said about injuries can occur, blah, blah, blah. He could throw something in there, spanning in the works, like Andy's saying here. And if Grav ain't fit, he needs Dom in there, which could be the case. That may be his decision to run with. Szoboszlai and Jones in the field. Like Mo and we were talking about, he could also just throw McAllister back in the mix, and he certainly potentially could do that. But can you see any changes yourself?
No. I think obviously Frimpong come out for Bradley, and if Isak ain't fit, I'd like to see Chiesa in there. I'd leave Salah on the bench still. I don't know what the situation is on Isak. Slot basically said it's not too bad, but
I think he'll save him with myself.
Yeah, maybe he might give him in the cup game midweek to get a bit more match fitness in a cup game that ain't really is what it is.
That'll actually be a great cup.
Yeah, massively, because fucking we owe Palace one, man. Like that Glaston's becoming an absolute prick when it comes to us. So we owe one of them, but I'm hoping he Slot keeps his balls and fucking keeps Salah on the bench. Give Chiesa another go, because who knows that Chiesa could get a goal and that'll do more for his confidence. But yeah, I'd keep it the same. Why change the first team that's won in what 5 games? So let's keep that same team. If he's that fit, I'd start him. But it is what it is. Just go get the 3 points and get out of there. That's all that matters.
All right, then. So I think we're all into Mamardashvili a goal. I think that's a 3 yeses.
Yeah.
I think we're going to say, you say Bradley right back. Is that correct?
Yeah. Same team I'd go for. But with Hugo up top and Mo coming in for Isak.
So I think we can all agree. Bradley, Canate, Van Dijk, Robertson. Anyone got a shout for Kirkus to start?
Not away from home. Not yet.
No, I'll just keep the continuity. Yeah. Just keep the same back 4. Let it get used. Let it build a few games. You know, it's not.
Robbo, that's what.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing, is it, for Kirkus? I think it's a little bit. He's not being dropped because of his poor performance.
He's a young lad, Mark.
He's just take him off the limelight. You know, give him a little bit of it. Like it didn't hurt Robinson when he first come in. It didn't hurt Fabinho when he first come in. I think a little bit of like, you know, people are getting on his back. I've been calling him Alberto Moreno because he does give me that.
You're the fucking worst one.
I know, yeah, but I can I wouldn't. But I just want to see. A bit of a settled back 4. And I think Robinson at the moment just deserves to be.
Well, we're going through
his leadership qualities, and he is a bit more accustomed to be able to play centre back. You know, left centre back in a back 3. He's done it before, so obviously I think that was a bit of the shape there.
Fucking set this fella off now.
Alberto Kirkus.
Fuck it, don't send him off. He fucking won't stop. He'll be on my phone now, fucking giving me loads of shit.
No, I think Kirkus will come good. I have no doubt about it. But I just think at the moment, I think he just needs a little spell. Just take the heat off him, give Robinson a little run, and yeah, I just want to see the same team. I just want to see it. I know we want to rotate, and we were begging for, like you said, Ben. But I think at the moment, what will do us the world of good is keeping the same team for a little bit. I think it's more getting them used to that shape. Then you can bring that old player in. You know, you can make 2 or 3 changes, but as long as the shape and they're used to that shape. Because at the moment we're seeing a new shape every game. You know, 1 minute we're playing the whole midfield, then we're seeing none against United, and then we're seeing 2 again. I think we just need to stick with a decent shape, and then we can start integrating like Kirkus's, Frimpongs when he's back fit. And I said to you last night, I think Isak is a world-class operator, but the jury's still out on him for me, whether he's a fit for Liverpool, whether he's the right fit for Liverpool still. Because I see Ekitike and I see Isak, and I'm thinking Ekitike is a Liverpool player, just the way he moves about and the way he sees the ball. He's a grafted, isn't he? But I think at the same time, you've got to just give Isak's there to score goals. We're not giving him we're not providing him with the service. But I think it'll come when we get a decent shape.
Yeah, you know, look, that's what it's about. Andy's saying it at the minute. I'd stick on you for it. Well, that'd be some fucking scene, that. Mo right back, me and Rick at the back in the middle, Mark left back. You know, since he's talking.
I'm a centre half. I play centre half, and I was.
All right, you go there. I'll go left back.
I'm 6'2", so I'm definitely got the height. Rick and goal.
Rick was a forward, weren't you, Rick?
No, left back.
Oh, we are. You were right back, weren't you, Ben? Or you were left back?
No, I was playing in number 10, lads. That's what they're lacking at the minute. Fucking Florian.
Remember easy.
Yeah. But look, midfield, Mo, he's sticking with the 3 actually. Jones, Szoboszlai, Wirtz. He's sticking with that.
Has to be for me. Yeah, we need to. Wirtz has to start. None of this dropping him. You bought him for 100 million. You need to play him and I think Jones and Dom proved that they deserve to continue that partnership against Brentford. And because we need to, everyone's saying, "Oh yeah, it was only Frankfurt." Okay, let's put him to a test then. Let's put him against a hard-working, well-organised, drilled Brentford midfield, which will have Jordan, Brian Henderson calling the shots. Let's see how they. Yeah,
You're gonna have to work hard at midfield.
If Henderson runs that midfield on Saturday after the shit I've given for the last 3 years.
Well, yeah. Do you mean basing it on the last Premiership game, Henderson's going to run that midfield, but basing
He
it on
looked brilliant, Mo, didn't he?
100%. But that's what
United,
we. Yeah, well, exactly. So if we base it against Frankfurt, then obviously there's going to be a, look.
Well, that's a bad sign, Mark, because fucking hell, we played against a fucking 70-year-old fucking Casemiro.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that was more down to not the personnel, that was the shape. It was embarrassing by slot.
Definitely.
It was the shape more than anything. If we'd have had a proper shape, the shape that we all know we can play, because I think that team was good enough to beat United. I think there was questions on. I think the biggest question for me was why didn't Vert start? That was the only big one for me. But I think that midfield was still good enough to overrun them. Fernandes and Casemiro. Fernandes is a 10. Casemiro's fucking pensioner, like you said.
I think he's a cracking player. He's been a good player for Man United, Fernandes. I know he's a twat, but I think he's been a good player. He was brilliant when he came to them. And he always seems to do well against us at times.
He loves playing against us. That first time ball to Maguire, to Slabhead.
That is some fucking pasta.
That technique is unreal. To hit it on a half volley, unbelievable.
He's got a strike on him as well. And do you know what? Without him, then fuckers would have went down, I think.
100%.
100%. Rick, I just want to talk to you in particular. The manager cannot drop Florian Wirtz tomorrow.
No, he can't. I mean,
just seeing if he's still there. You fucking froze as well.
No, mate, I've got fireworks going off outside. It's like,
you live in fucking airports.
At the airport, no fireworks show.
Do you know what I mean? They must know we won a game the other night and they're letting the fireworks off. But no, Wirtz has got to start. Like, we've dropped him for the Chelsea game, Everton game, Man United game, and it must be another game. And we've been shit. So just get him on the ball. Now you've got Wirtz and you've got Jones and Bosley just sitting there. It'll allow Wirtz to do what he wants to do. Come on, man. Yeah, allow Wirtz to do what he wants to do on the ball. Yeah, allow Wirtz to do what he wants to do on the ball. Get Ekitike in the game. Get Gakpo in the game, and get Chiesa in the game if he starts. And we can score goals with Wirtz. Hopefully, he gets another goal contribution this weekend.
Plus, you can't drop Wirtz. Sorry to interrupt. After getting 2 assists and almost a goal, or should have been a goal, you can't drop him after that. You need to keep his confidence going. So he has to play like.
This was why it was interesting last night. Mo, you're on the panel sometimes with me when I'm sometimes on it on Anfield Index. I couldn't believe Chris said he'd start Wirtz on the bench. I was like, what?
What? I know, madness.
Yeah, I was, because his discussion is to really push into the team. I genuinely believe, and I said it last night. I said if he drops him, that player's going to be fucking it in the fan.
Yeah. You got to play players on form. You got to play players. It makes no sense taking off possibly one of the best players on Wednesday night, and giving them a rest.
As bad as people have fucking made out. It's ridiculous, though, isn't it?
No, and the stats don't lie. Like, the only stat that has lied is his goals and assists, but that will come. He's picked up 2 on Wednesday, and if he plays, he'll pick up more. So he has to play for me. You can't drop Wirtz. You have to find a way to get him in.
I think if he drops him, if he drops him once tomorrow, I think it'll kill his confidence because he's
100%.
He'd be like, "What's the point?" Because I remember my half fella texted me on Wednesday during the game and said, "Hey, he's in the mood. Because my dad loves Wirtz. He was telling me about him well before we even moved for him. He was watching him and he was like, he texted me and went, he's here. This is it. He's in the mood now. He's in the mood. You can see he's getting the game by the grip now. He's enjoying it. That's what you want. Carry on with that. You've got, like I say, consistency, continuity. Keep playing them. Then once you get used to it and he's starting to produce the goods, then you can start speaking things. Drop him tomorrow and then I'm thinking I'll be fucking knocking on Slot's door and asking why. Yeah. So he's got to play him. End of story. If he doesn't,
fucking hell.
He's going to put a fucking target on his back more.
Yeah, well, he'll lose some of the fans if he does that because people want to see your best players play, and that could be the worst. I think Florian plays tomorrow because it's about making. Now's the time to push him on that pedestal, isn't it, Mo? You've got to do that, Mo.
It's the perfect game. It's the perfect game for him as well. Like
I was worrying about them. Do you know what I mean?
we bought words to break down these type of teams, to break down teams that are going to low block against us. And 90% of the teams in the league, I say 90%, say 70% of the teams in the league are going to low block against us anyway. And we bought words for that reason. Like, so I just hope we keep the same midfield to test ourselves. Look, have we unlocked something here? Is Jones the player who's going to unlock words? Like, we won't know unless we put it into a test.
Partnership.
Exactly, and we won't know until we put it. Can they do it in a cold, rainy night in Stoke? Well, can they do it on a Saturday night bounce in Brentford? Let's see.
And Keith's birthday in the background.
And the Gtech Stadium.
Yeah, Gtech.
But look, this is it now. This is where the going gets tough, boys. Before we wrap up, come to you, Rick. Scoreline, please, sir.
2-1 to us.
Thank fuck was that. Thought you were going to say something else there, lad. Shit myself. I'm going to come to you first, Mark. Scoreline, please.
Plays the same team. 3-1.
Liverpool.
To us. Yeah. If he changes it, then I worry again.
Do you know what? I'll have to go myself because I was going to go 3-1. I think he will play the team. I'll be honest, I think the most...
Barring the injuries, obviously, but I think if he plays the same midfield, plays Verts, yeah, 3-1.
I can see a 3-1. We've just, for me, cannot be doing the fucking hell, Gary. You all right, lads? 7-1 Liverpool win. Here's where it comes in now after I've
mad scorelines now.
Yeah, I've gone 3-1. Mo, finish on a high. Is it a full house, lad?
Yeah, full house, 100%. I was in an arm with 2-1, but you know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to go 4-1. I reckon we're going to get...
Okay,
honestly, I think this is going to... Remember the start of the week, we spoke offline and we said, look, two away games this is, massive away games. Well, we've passed the first test with a great performance. And I think hopefully we're going to continue. So my original thought was 2-1, but I'm gonna chuck that out the window. I'm going to go 4-1 Liverpool.
I do. Look, we've got a few scorelines in here. Callum's on the fucking winds up. 3-1 Brentford, lads. Come on. I know you.
I see what happening in this game. We'll get 2 quick goals. They'll pull one back, and then we'll go down and put the nail in the coffin. That's what I see.
And
we'll be 2-0 up, and then they'll get a set piece or something like that. We'll have our backs against the wall, and then we'll get a grip of the game.
Don't jinx it, lads. Don't jinx it. He's got like fucking brittle fucking wrists anyway, hasn't he? But do you know what? Fair play to him. He was a great player for us, and we won some great cups with him, didn't we? Fair play to him. But they've got a few Liverpool players. But you know what? We'll wrap it up there. The game is tomorrow night. I think it's going to be a good night. I really do. I'll be fucking fuming if we drop off. I really will. I'm sure all you boys will as well, because after that performance, they've got to go and back it up. No one say they have to score 5 goals. Well, I think we need to make it a bit easier for ourselves, boys. Don't you think we've got to stop conceding first? If anything, we want to be fucking getting a clean sheet, but the manager's got to play the right team. He's got to play the right team. I think that team is crying out to play again. But Reds, look, we'll wrap it up. We are going to be back. We're going to be back actually just after the game. It's going to be late for me. I'm not there tomorrow, unfortunately. But Reds, we'll see you tomorrow. Up the fucking Reds. Come on.
Reds.